My name is Sadiq. I've been at Liberty for the last 8 years. Prior to that, I was at an auditing firm. I also worked stints at the AG, the Auditor General's Office. I come from a very strong accounting background.
My name is Kevin de Kock. I have been with Liberty since June 2001. So June this year will be 20 years with Liberty.
I'm a financial advisor. I'm working for the last 4 years. I'm into my 5th year at Liberty.
My name is Irshad Babu. I've been with the Liberty Group for about 10 years.
My name's Bryn Diesel. I'm a financial advisor with Liberty. I'm only just over a year and a half in now, so it's still quite new to me.
My name is Christy. I work for Liberty in the Santon office. I am a financial advisor. I've only been working at Liberty for over a year.
My name is Virgil Hope. I've been in insurance probably about 20 years or so, and been involved in the sales space for about 8 years now. One of the reasons why we got together was because of that awesome interview that you did, or segment that you did on 702, because when I listened to the interview as well, I too was very much intrigued by whether something of this nature would serve us in terms of creating what we want to achieve, which is to have as many people to sit in front of to talk about financial planning. It was in an unfortunate time during COVID, and we were all already working remotely, looking at an online distribution type, let's call it channel or system that we wanted to employ, and yours spoke to us.
So I knew it was a LinkedIn course on how to improve. My initial understanding was to improve your profile on LinkedIn and how to use it more effectively. In that aspect, it helped. But it opened my eyes to the fact that I could actually use LinkedIn as another way or another avenue of generating leads. If I have a choice between picking up the phone and cold calling and doing the LinkedIn system, I'm going to do the LinkedIn system.
When I was actually introduced to the workshop, I actually thought there's absolutely nothing that can be taught on LinkedIn. I just assumed LinkedIn is like any other social media. So I was pleasantly surprised when I actually realized that you can do this and it's not that difficult in terms of automation. So I had very low expectations, and I mean, you blew that out of the water.
Initially, it was, okay, let me go see what I can learn. So for the first few sessions of the course itself, I was more like the guy at the back of the class, just paying attention to what's happening and go and win my exam kind of thing. But as time went by and I actually saw how interesting it actually is getting, I started spending a bit more time on it. But at the moment, currently, I spend probably about an hour a day, maybe at max.
Obviously, before I was already spending a lot of time on social media, so that wasn't a major change for me. The course itself, you do need to put the time in during the live sessions and afterwards to get the value out of it. It's like anything, learning any new skill. It's going to take a while initially, and you're then going to be able to get quicker and quicker as you go. So once the course finished and I had everything in place, it took a little while to get used to the routine. But by the end of last year, I was all guns blazing on the lead generation side and the automation, and it became part of my routine.
I would say the system is very easy, especially because I attended all the workshop classes, and also the materials that you provide us with. It's quite self-explanatory if you attended the courses and you just follow the screenshots.
It's very practical and logical, so the steps are very easy to implement if you follow them.
On LinkedIn, because it's linked to my cell phone directly, as soon as there's an SMS or message on LinkedIn, I get the notification on my cell phone, quickly pop on, and I can actually interact directly.
So I think the most valuable thing I got out of this course was my profile and having the direction on how to create a profile that is going to be attractive to your ideal clients.
I think the most important part for me was initially learning LinkedIn, where you learn about your summary and everything else. That taught me a lot about how people think.
I think the structure that the course provides is magnificent, because it allows a particular train of thought and target your process in a way that you can achieve the ideal client.
From my point of view, you guys have been absolutely supportive. With the help of you and Mike, it's been exceptional.
And you were checking up on us, you were checking our profiles and things like that. And I thought that was nice. I thought that also gave me a bit of an impetus. I've actually got to do something.
I think what this allowed me to do was to get more structure in my approach to obtaining new clients.
From a person without using any social media platforms whatsoever, to someone who's now using LinkedIn continuously on a daily basis.
I think every company, every person strives to try and get some sort of automation. It's a very, very, very complicated process. I think that you've simplified quite a lot. I actually know what a niche market is, because I never actually previously knew what exactly that was. And I've actually found the right one.
I've generated over 100 of leads already, which in the last 2 weeks, which I'm still busy working on, right? I've generated probably clients who I'm busy dealing with at the moment already is probably about 10, right? Clients who I have signed already, probably another 10 to 15 already.
I probably had about 10 or 12 meetings with clients, and I have 3 clients that I signed up.
I've doubled up in the first month already the amount of people I was seeing. So I mean, at Liberty, we strive for at least about 15 people a week. I was on to about 30 people a week, I'd say, in December.
So from a rate of return perspective, you had to ask me that in the first 2 months of us using the system. I was like, not really. 3 months in, we started seeing results. Month 4, it started working. And then it was like, sure, I need to get more people onto this as quickly as possible, because it seems like, you're going to start seeing the results. If you have to ask me the question, will I spend the money again? I'd say yes, and then some. I had one person that initially started on the course. He was going on a downward spiral. He got into the point where he had exhausted his existing client in our database. So this particular individual, very skeptical initially to take on something new, but understood that they needed something different if they needed to change things. And their journey is a journey that I've personally seen develop from a person that had zero social media footprint from a business perspective, through using the tools that you guys have given them, including building profile, to having a professional footprint, and getting to the end of the year being one of the few that had managed to shoot out his target in excess of 150%. Another individual that a bit more longer standing in terms of being in practice, very much rigid in terms of, look, I have my client base, and it's a huge client base, and these guys serve me, and I serve them, and I don't see the need for expanding or looking at different avenues. They literally said, okay, fine, I see there's a few things that I've done while I was on the course at work. I'm actually going to continue doing it. Yeah. Where they finished off in the year, 30% growth on the production of the previous year, which was a year not in lockdown. We now actually have people that have built a model through having a thorough understanding of how funneling works, they have now become or seen the possibility to become more profitable in their business. They've seen the possibility and propensity for growth, and because of that, now you have a situation where you have a whole bunch of people that are beginning to hum in the same manner. So it's been phenomenal as far as that's concerned, and I've seen through some of the people who had been on the course how it has freed up time for them while increasing profitability. For the branch as a whole, the majority of the people that have been on it have basically hit what we call our validation targets. What seemed impossible in an impossible year became possible in a very challenging year. And I must say the journey throughout, since we started, has definitely been one of learning, one of great insights, and linking into the role that we fulfill as the branch managers or sales leaders in our space to recruit, train and develop new financial advisors, as well as maintain and retain our existing financial advisors and helping them to grow their practices.